Welcome to a special episode of Sports and Songs podcast. This is a baseball tournament preview, Minnesota State Amateur Class C. I'm your host, Dan. We started out at 48 teams in Class C. Last weekend, 16 were eliminated. We're down to 32. From Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this weekend's games, single elimination, will be down to the Sweet 16. Winners will advance to next weekend. Losers are done. Each team plays once this weekend. Host sites are Milroy and Springfield. Let's get started. I'll go through the games, the times, and the locations, and I'll provide you with each of the four quadrants with this weekend's lock of the week. Let's get started. Quadrant number one, Lake Henry versus Jordan. Jordan, number one seed in all of Class C. They are my lock for the week. They should win handily over Lake Henry. Lake Henry finished 5th in their division. That should be an easy matchup. That's a 5 o'clock game in Milroy on Sunday. Now the next game down, we're in the second round here. This is our very first matchup of two top 10 teams ranked in the state. Waconia, ranked 5th, will take on Fairmont, ranked 8th. Waconia coming out of the Crow River Valley. I've seen them win this year. I've seen them lose this year. It's all going to depend on which team shows up. Fairmont is a strong team. That game is Friday night in Milroy, the 7:30 night game. That should be one to watch. Foley takes on New Prague Sunday, 2 p.m. in Milroy. Foley versus New Prague. And the final game of this bracket, the only one being held in Springfield, is a Sunday, the late game, 5 o'clock, Buffalo against Morris. Now Buffalo is ranked number 4 in the state. They should win this matchup against Morris. I'm not going to call it the lock of the week, but Buffalo is tough. The interesting thing in this bracket for the following weekend, round 3, is if Jordan does win, they're at the top. Regardless of who they take on, both are ranked in the top 10. We'll get another top 10 matchup, regardless of who wins that game, against Waconia versus Fairmont. The Fairmont Martins. This is the toughest bracket in Class C state tournament. Let's go to quadrant number 2. We're going to see the first game here, Watertown versus Isanti. That's Saturday, the late game, night game in Springfield, 8 p.m., Watertown versus Isanti. Then Cold Spring takes on the Buckman Billy Goats. Buckman ranked 3rd in the state. Buckman, Billy Goats. Should be a good game there. Cold Spring is always tough, so I'm not going to call that a lock of the week. I was considering taking Buckman as a lock this week, but boy, that Sunday 11 a.m. game in Springfield, Cold Spring versus Buckman, that could go either way. Buckman is the heavy favorite, though. Following that is Prior Lake versus Kimball. Prior Lake versus Kimball. Prior Lake is coming off that 13-10 win over New Ulm, where they were down. I think that they were down 10-2 at one point. Came back with that 11-run historic inning to come back and win. Kimball is tough. Not ranked in the top 10. Usually they are. I'll take Kimball as my lock of the week over Prior Lake. The final game, Maple Lake versus Bemidji. Bemidji Blue Ox, ranked number 7 in the state, taking on Maple Lake, who isn't ranked. But keep in mind, Maple Lake beat Hutchinson to knock them out of the playoffs. Hutchinson, number 2 ranked team in the state, didn't even make it to state. They went to the championship game last year versus Hutchinson, versus Jordan. Hutchinson got beat, but Maple Lake beat them. Maple Lake then only takes 7 innings to beat a tough Alexandria team in the first round, 15-2. So Maple Lake versus Bemidji could actually be a very good game. Maple Lake could win that, but keep in mind Bemidji is ranked. Let's go to bracket number 3, quadrant number 3. Here we get Watkins. The Watkins Clippers, only team here that's ranked in the top 10. They're ranked 6th in Class C. Will be taking on Fergus Falls. Dilworth plays next. That Watkins Fergus Falls game, by the way, is 11 a.m. Sunday in Milroy. Dilworth plays Bird Island Saturday, 8 p.m. in Milroy. Another good game. Dilworth, first time ever to the state. They won last weekend 5-3. They will be excited, but Bird Island is always a tough matchup. The next game is Union Hill versus Lamberton. Union Hill looked good. They'll be playing Lamberton. That game's Friday, Springfield, 7 p.m. And the final game of this quadrant is Laverne versus Young America. Young America, coming out of the Crow River Valley League, is my lock for the week. Young America not ranked. I do believe they should have been ranked. They'll play Sunday, 2 p.m. in Springfield versus Laverne. This bracket, this quadrant, once again, only has one ranked team, and it's Watkins at the top. And they're ranked 6th. You could see a Watkins Young America championship here out of this bracket. Quadrant number 4, Gaylord. Gaylord, interesting. Remember, they've got Brody Rodning, single A, Class A minor league ball player, playing for Gaylord Islanders. He can also bat. It's not just his pitching. Great in the batter's box as well. They'll play Sartell. Sartell ranked number 2 in the state. They play Saturday in Springfield, 11 a.m. Can't do a lock here because Gaylord could easily win that game. But keep in mind, Sartell's ranked number 2 in the state. That will be one to watch or stream if you get a chance. Second game is Randall versus Bluffton. My pick of the week, my lock, is Bluffton over Randall. That game will be Milroy on Saturday, 11 a.m. Next game is St. Patrick, always tough, versus the Rochester Roadrunners. Saturday, 2 p.m. game in Springfield. And the final game, Carver Delano. Delano ranked 9th in the state. Always tough, always a good team. But Carver, if you get an upset in this quadrant, it could come in this very game. Carver out of the Crow River Valley League, the Black Sox. 4th straight appearance at state. They have pitching, defense, and pitching, hitting, and defense. Always tough. That could be an upset right there, that Milroy location. 2 p.m. on Saturday. That's the updates for Class C. Now Class B is down to the Elite 8. Single elimination this weekend to the Final 4. After that, it's double elimination for the final weekend for Labor Day. I won't be covering that too much, as Class C will be the focus. Thanks for listening. Please leave your comments below. Thank you.